Because I feel like as young people also, we sometimes blame everything but ourselves for the
True.
opportunities
So
that we don't
victim
have.
blaming,
Yeah,
yes.
like we sleep on ourselves, kakhulu. We want the government to do this. We want these people to do this. They're in. We blame
And also,
everything.
we don't follow through with things.
No.
So we don't have the tenacity
We're very
or
entitled.
the grit to actually see this thing through.
Yeah, and just like the entitlement mentality to say like, oh, I deserve this. This should be like this. This should, why, So just like vuga,
Yeah.
like vuga
Go
vuga
get your stuff.
maqandeni. Yeah, like go
Yeah.
get it. Be a go getter.
Yeah.
Because it's hamba. Manje na 25. 5 years of shy fast uzophaphama usuna 30 and then you're gonna feel
Yes.
old and then now you're just gonna be like,
Yes.
yabo. But not to say that
Yeah.
but I'm just saying like
Yeah.
these
Whilst
are the things
you still
that
have the opportunity.
yeah, these are the things that as young people we just need to shift our mindset sometimes.
Yeah. Hello, Alpha Female family. Happy New Year and welcome to our first episode for 2025. Woo, woo, woo.
How did I know you were going to say woo?
Today we're talking to Ndu Shezi, who is a songstress, a songwriter, a performer. Listen, she has many names to her: a vocal coach, a vocal arranger, a producer. And we'll be talking about her journey just in the music industry and herself, right? Getting to know her a bit better. Ndu, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited. My goodness, I've been looking forward to this day because I'm always behind the scenes. For those who don't know, behind the space. So I finally get a chance to sit this side and I'm really, really looking forward to it.
So Ndu is responsible for my beautiful face every episode, okay? But she is a woman of many talents. This is the Alpha Female Podcast. It's where we have conversations that are a bit heterodox, that have to do with people of color, particularly women, and through their voices. And my name is Lungi. How we normally open up, ne?
Okay.
We're going to play a game.
Okay.
Well, it's an icebreaker.
Okay.
But this year I came prepared.
Asha? Yeah. New year, you me. Okay, let's go.
So I have a couple of cards. They have questions. Please answer honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can do that.
And don't overthink it.
Oh,
that's the other requirement. Okay. So first question. Would you rather have not have arms or legs, and why?
Oh my gosh. Neither.
No, you have to pick one.
Arms or legs. Let me think. Oh God.
Arms or legs, and why?
I think legs.
Okay.
Because
why?
I mean, in terms of like mobility, I think it's much easier to get around. Like there's more options in terms of how to get around. Wheelchair,
True.
Yeah. But when it comes to hands, oh honey, these hands work. So no, I definitely need my arms. I do a lot with my hands.
Yeah. And we know, Gusi, you're a singer. But if you were a rapper, what would your rap name be?
Oh my God. If I was a rapper, I'd probably take like one of my nicknames. I feel like people, give you a lot of nicknames. Like, I feel like also my name already sounds like a nickname. Like Ndu Shezi. I feel like maybe, I don't know, Ndu Shizzle or like cheesy. I don't know, something.
Cheesy.
Something cheesy.
Cheesy and sneezy.
I don't know.
Coming in the ones and twos with the Isibusiso Sami.
Oh my God.
And then what's your worst habit?
My worst habits. I have so many habits
that you can share in public.
Oh my gosh. Guys, so I'm lactose intolerant.
Okay.
And you know what that means?
Yes.
Like, I just be gassy. Like, so we listen.
We don't judge. Yeah, we don't judge.
Mm.
And then what is the mistake that people often get about you, or make rather about you?
Sure. maybe. Oh God.
I think for me, it's you look like you're too quiet.
I
But
think okay,
yeah.
yeah. I think this one I get like quite a lot. Like I'm unapproachable,
Mm,
yabo,
mm.
and I get it, cause like yeah. But what people don't know is that I'm actually really shy. Like
Yeah.
if I'm not like in a comfortable space or like if I'm not like used to like the people that I'm around, I'll just like
Yes.
keep in my own little corner. But I'm a
But you're
very nice person. Yeah.
sweet. You're such a
But
nice
I'm shy, but people
person.
don't believe that because they see you like ukula or perform like they're just
Yeah.
like no ways.
And I
But yeah.
guess also when you're performing and there's a big stage, there's a huge audience, it doesn't seem like you're shy.
You don't know what goes on before that moment, girl. Like my stomach be up in knots. It's a lot. But yeah, I think I do have a bit of an introvert in me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's interesting. And then if you could write a book, what would it be about?
Oh God, if I could write a book, it would probably be about my journey
Mhm.
in music.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
I
this
think
is the
so.
prelude to the book.
Okay.
Because that's
Right.
exactly why we're here.
Oh, yeah.
And then last question. Are you
Mm.
ready? Drum
Oh
roll.
God.
What one accomplishment are you most proud of?
Oh, my baby. The release of my debut album,
Yeah.
Isibusiso Sami.
Yeah.
Oh, so proud and also grateful.
Yeah.
Man, that was a
Yeah.
huge open door for me. And
Yeah.
it's part of my testimony. Like, yeah, that's one thing. Forever grateful.
Ne?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what would you say right now? I mean, the debut album was launched in October.
Yeah.
It has
Released,
gotten
yeah.
released
Yeah.
in October.
Yeah.
It has gotten such great feedback and people
yeah.
engaging with it. It is a beautiful album. Love
Thank
it.
you. Yeah.
How has that been like for you, Nje?
Sure. It's been quite a learning journey, you
Mm.
know. I think in life, Nje, we always keep learning. And in as much as Nami, I'm quite experienced, you know, in the music industry and in the music scenes, but this is something I've never done before. I've never released my
Yes.
own project before.
Yeah.
And I feel like as an artist, your debut album is one that you never ever forget. Like I
Yeah.
always hear artists saying, you know, who have like multiple albums. Obviously, they
Yes.
always say, "Oh,
Yes.
my debut album," and I finally get to understand why.
Yeah.
Because you know, it's the one thing that I think you choose how you know you present yourself as an artist,
Yes. How you come
introduce,
as
how you
almost,
introduce
yeah.
people to
You,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Because you've been doing all these things, you know,
Yeah.
also releasing singles here and there, features or
Yeah.
whatever. But now you get to finally, you know, present this is me, this is my
Yeah.
story, this is
Yeah.
my journey, this is
Yeah.
whatever that you have to say.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's quite beautiful.
Oh, I'm so happy for you.
Thank you so much. Thank
But
you,
of course, you
girl.
didn't just become the Ndu that we know right
Yeah.
now. So if we go back to maybe how you grew up, firstly, what smell reminds you of home?
Oh my God. Sure.
Like no matter where you are, Nje, but when that thing
Home as in home now or like home as in like growing up?
home
Like,
growing up.
oh my God. Ichik. Definitely. Ichik. Number one. But also like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to describe it. Like, oh man. There's so many. Mhlawumbe asichazeki like in
Yeah.
words, but also my grandfather was ubizwa ngani? He was a bit of a Martha Stewart.
Okay.
Like, you know, like betshalile nje ney'tshalo. Like I
Yes.
said, we had lemons, we had peaches, we had bananas, we had chickens, we had
Imagine.
bro, we had everything just in the backyard.
Yeah.
And it's not like the backyard was that big, but like we literally had everything.
Yeah.
So yo, like yeah, man.
Even that, it's
even
almost
that,
you know sometimes when it rains and you have all of that,
yeah,
and the
and it's
smell
oh my
reminds
gosh,
you that
literally
actually greenery,
yeah, all of that,
all of
oh,
that is
my
around you.
God,
Ah,
yeah,
that's beautiful.
yeah,
And so, if he or your parents had to describe you as a child, what would they say, Nja, about Ndu?
Oh my God. I think if my parents was to describe me as a child, they would describe me as um ingane efundisekile, like ingane right. So,
Oh,
like, yeah, I wasn't very troublesome. I'm not gonna
yeah,
lie. Like
yeah.
growing up, I really want to have like a bad girl story, but shame I wasn't. Being kahle,
Yes.
a student
Yeah.
from grade R, like
Yeah.
primary school,
Yeah.
high school. And shame, maybe because also my parents are academics.
Okay.
So yeah. But also just like I've always been,
A good
pretty
girl.
pretty straight. I'm not gonna
Yes.
lie. Kodwa ke phela, I had, my things that I feel like are, like
Yeah.
a bit wild. Like
But
maybe,
also maybe you judge yourself too much because of the standard that you hold yourself.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. But to me, it's like, hey, I also did some naughty things. Like, like lying to your parents saying I'm going to the
Yes,
movies, but you're
yes.
going,
On a
to,
date.
well, yeah, maybe you're going out with, boys and
Yeah,
girls and like,
yeah, yeah.
but yeah, man, I think my parents would definitely describe me as, a good child.
Yeah.
Yeah, good
And when
child.
did you start singing?
Yo, singing has always been in the family. Like everyone in my family sings, and I know it sounds like, oh, okay, another story, but like
But they
for real,
sing. It's not like,
everyone.
they can harmonize. Because there's a
Yeah,
difference, guys. I can harmonize, but there's singing.
no,
They
like
can sing.
everyone. Yeah, they can sing. Like, ngikule nogogo nomkhulu and my mom and
Yes.
dad and us. So
Yes.
like, my cousins as well. Like, so everyone sings. Like from my mom's side,
Mm,
everyone sings.
mm,
From church. Also, my grandfather was a pastor,
yes.
so sikhulele esontweni
Yes.
again. So
PK.
peachy. Yeah. So yeah, like everyone sings at home. My mom sings. All my mom's siblings, so Aunt Bamo, Manumbambo,
Christmas is
my
lit at your family.
and my siblings also sing, but I am the only person in my family who did decide to make a career of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
And what made you like take that decision? Because I can imagine if you also come from a family of singers, it almost seems like it's second nature.
Yeah.
So, and you see them having other
Yeah.
career paths. So, what made you
Yeah.
decide, actually, I want to make this a career?
To be honest, I didn't decide. God decided for me. I almost said life decided for me, but like,
Yeah.
no, I didn't decide. Music was never part of the plan for me. I wanted to study drama, like straight from high school. That's the one thing. I mean, I just saw myself like on TV, like, before, like, Karabo Morocco generations. I'm like, one day, you know what I mean? Yeah. But, we plan, God decides.
Yes,
I ended
true.
up, doing the music program at UKZN. And I'm like, what is jazz and popular music? What am I doing here? But when I was looking for, programs that could like literally train me up for performance, put me on
Yes.
stage. That
Yes.
was the one program that spoke to me because they were like, no, we have practicals.
Yes.
Every semester, your exams, you get to perform,
Yeah.
with an ensemble and all of that. I was like, okay, sign me up. I don't know what jazz is, but I heard popular music. I thought, Beyonce or Britney Spears or any, but child.
Hit me, baby,
Oh,
one more time.
no. I was in for any pop, more like classical pop. So I was like, oh no, what is this? But I was really like willing to learn. I was really, really ready to learn and just soak up information because I really wanted to perform. Like I saw myself as a performer. Yeah, more than anything. Yeah.
And now looking back, maybe to that season and period of you learning and what you thought jazz is, and maybe what you know of music now. Have you aspired to being that performer that you've always dreamed of, or have you gone beyond, mhlambe?
Phela manje, I think like with life experiences and when your life begins to take shape, you learn certain things and those things change your perspective, in life. And also you develop tastes also,
Yeah,
with,
true.
okay,
True.
oh, maybe I want to explore this a bit more. Oh, maybe I want to go that way,
Yeah.
And I'm really, really grateful with I got an opportunity to do that. It's like, with the support as well, also from home. Which I was able to take up a program like that. Because like I said, I come from a family of academics. So anyways, I think during my time studying at UKZN, I had a journey of self-discovery, even in music. Because like I said, I knew nothing about music, like professionally, even about jazz. So through the learning, experimenting here and there, and then just like carving out your own path.
Yeah. And music does seem like, it's like, those super smart people that go crazy. I feel like music can make you...
Oh, definitely. Oh, my jazz cats put it.
Can definitely make you be like that and go into actually, who am I? What is this?
Yeah.
Making sense of the world and then deciding, okay, this is what I put on paper. So Gengoku, after the experience of varsity, you come to Joburg, you leave everything you know.
Yeah.
So how is that like? And how did it play out for you?
Sure. So, there's so many experiences in between as well, and so many events and life-changing events in between that period, like me studying, then me moving to Joburg. For example, reality competitions, like your pop stars, your idols, you're in.
Guys, she was on Popstar. If you don't know it, then you must know Idols.
And I was probably like still a teen, you know what I mean? Exactly. And even with that, it's just like the eagerness that I had, like when I was young, just like to throw myself in the deep end. It's okay, gonna look, oh no, I want to challenge myself. Oh, I really, in as much as I'm in music school, but I feel like, oh, that wins one. Oh, it's a competition. Let me just, let's go. And that's a nice thing about being young, like you're fearless. You just, you just want to jump in. And so there's all those experiences that again groomed me, shaped me, and carving the path again. And coming to Joburg, the decision again, it wasn't mine to make. I promise you. Like, I really think God is so intentional about us as people and like about our lives. Like, when you look back, we'll see the way that thing happened. Actually, this wasn't my doing. It's like, oh wow.
That's why, but the Bible says his ways are better than ours.
So better.
Because we can't connect the dots. We're always looking forward.
And as much as we plan, truly he decides.
Yeah.
It was never in my plans to move permanently to Joburg. Sorry, especially that soon. Like, I feel like I was not ready.
Yeah.
But, my path is already set for me.
Yeah.
It was never really part of my plans to move to Joburg, the time that I moved to Joburg, but everything aligned in such a way that,
you had no choice.
I had to like surrender to God's plan. Like, okay, this is where we're at.
Yeah.
And one thing about me, I will adapt and I will,
Oh, it's your superpower.
Oh, well, I wouldn't say it's a superpower, but I just think, I don't have a problem like with surrendering.
With change.
With change.
Yeah.
Actually, I love change because it's a challenge, and I love, like being uncomfortable, being stretched. Yeah.
And you get to grow, actually.
That's why I love it, because, it causes you to grow.
Yeah. So now you come to Joburg. If you don't know Ndu, she's also been on Joyous Celebration. She's worked with artists such as Kayam Tetwam, Tunzi Nambas, Java, Musa Keys. The list, Ricky Rick, who is so awesome. The list just goes on. AKA
Musa Keys, Shekana.
May he rest in peace as well. But yes, Shekana is actually the latest. I saw the latest one as well.
Yeah.
But how was that for you? Because like you said, you transitioned when you were fairly young. We all often see music artists coming into fame and just crumbling. So what centered you, and how was the experience for you?
Sure. I think for me, the one thing that always centers me is coming into spaces and knowing that I'm just here to learn. Like knowing that everyone is here, knows way better than me, and I'm just like the little fish in the pond.
Yeah.
Just coming into that space with that humble mindset, but also just that eagerness again to absorb
learn,
information and to learn. And I mean, these are huge names, as you just mentioned, and people that I look up to in the industry, and that I probably wanted to, dreamt of, working with. So obviously when you get into spaces and you are granted the opportunity to work with them, I'm just there, I'm like, okay. I'm just like, okay, so this is how it's okay.
You're just
Teach
taking
me.
it in.
Yeah, So yeah.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And I'm sure some of them have become your mentors as well. So if you had an opportunity to go back and redo some of that period, what would you change and why?
I wouldn't change a thing, to be honest. Like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't change a thing. And the reason why I wouldn't change a thing is because I'm a firm believer in everything happens for a reason.
Yes.
And number two, I truly believe that, again, the God that I serve is very intentional. And so me meeting those people along my journey, and them pouring whatever they poured into me, just those experiences shaping my journey, carving my path, I feel like it's all been for a reason and for a purpose. So I wouldn't change a thing. In fact, I'm grateful for those
That it
experiences. Yeah,
happened.
I'm grateful for all of them, for every stage, every production, every show, every, rehearsal, every artist. Because in their own different ways, because they're all different.
Yeah.
Even in how they do things,
Yeah.
even in, their artistry, their creativity,
Yeah.
they're all different. But in their own different ways, they have taught me something. And they've taught me so much. And I've taken from them. It's okay. When I, branch out as an artist, that's what I'm going to do. Because also, when you're working with artists behind the scenes, you also have to know your place now.
True.
Do you know what I mean?
You can't sing too much. You're like,
well, sometimes maybe if they want you to sing too much, then, go ahead. Go ahead with your bad self. But
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I actually watched Kambiin, an interview. The Wicked. I love it.
Yeah.
I know it's a bit childish, but I love it. So I went to see the movie, and I watched one of the interviews.
Okay, girl.
And Cynthia was saying, her and now I forget, but yeah. They literally, their voices could blend together. No one was trying to outsing anyone. No one was trying to outshine anyone. So they both knew their place, and they could Ariana, and they could support each other. So sometimes you are like a backing artist.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So do you also not have to remind yourself it's okay?
That's one of my favorite jobs. One of my favorite hats.
Yeah.
Background vocalist. I feel like it's one of the most underrated training grounds, one of the most underrated crafts. It's such a craft on its own, guys. I'm not gonna lie. It's so much, and not everyone, unfortunately, has mastered it or can, because it's so much that goes into it. You're speaking about those details, like blending, with the artist, but also just like, going beyond really your call of duty, because sometimes, you are called to be a backing vocalist. And as a backing vocalist, you could be like, okay, I'm just gonna learn my parts. I know my cues. I know where I come in and come. But like, just like a simple thing, like knowing the whole song, knowing all the verses, knowing all the lyrics, like that already just sets you apart. Because a day will come, maybe where the artist is like, can you please sing this verse? And then you'll be like, oh, now I gotta learn. And it's like, you've been backing this song for 3 shows now. How do you not know the verse? You know what I mean? So it's like those small little things that can really just like set you apart as a backing vocalist. So it's okay, this one is different.
Love that. And I think it's a life thing as well. Definitely. Going beyond the core of the job and really setting yourself apart. So Ndu, we've heard that you are someone who loves learning, who immerses yourself in the experience. So what season would you say you're on now?
Sure. Right now, I would say I'm in the season of stretching. And it might sound, repetitive, but I'm in an unfamiliar, I'm in an unfamiliar space. I've never been here before. I've never had an album before. I've never been like, a solo artist before. I've never put myself out there like that. So it's a space of like
hectic growth.
Kakhulu. And also hey, because one thing about me, I will also just like I will also like, just find ways to, spread myself.
Yeah. To expand.
Yeah, not really like spread myself thin, but like just to see like what more can I do in this space? Because like you mentioned, I'm in like different spaces in the music industry, especially
Yes.
behind the scenes. But
Yes.
one of my biggest passions is backing.
Yes.
And I feel like it is such a, oh my God, I don't know how to put it into words, but I feel like it's one of those, ngatin, like it's just, oh my gosh, it's a precious role. I
Yeah.
feel like it can make or break a show.
It can.
You know what I mean?
And a song as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm also doing something in that
saw
space.
it's coming.
It's coming. It's coming. I don't know. Maybe by the time this is released, yeah. So I'm working on a really, really exciting project in that space. I work a lot with singers as well.
Yeah.
I mean, as a singer myself, I also feel like when God has blessed you, you also should be a blessing to people.
To others.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
to others. So with the little knowledge and information that you have in my experiences, I feel the need to also share that and impart that and just to leave the door open for those who are coming behind me.
I love that.
So yeah.
And if you've been through something, there's no need for someone else to go through it if you know better.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Well, we can't wait for what's coming. Be it vocal training. We are ready. So now that we're speaking about also stretching and the album, we spoke a bit about how people have received it, but how did it come to life? I mean, I love the title. You called it Isibusiso Sami, but where's that from?
Sure. Yeah, so Isibusiso Sami. In fact, there's a song on the album. One of the singles is called Isibusiso Sami. Actually, this t-shirt that I'm wearing is a lyric from the song.
I mean, this is my favorite song.
Oh yeah, we're both wearing merch, by the way. Shout out to you. So yeah, Isibusiso Sami. Sure. That was like my father who's passed on now, rest in peace, spoke a blessing upon my life before adlule emhlabeni. And he said to me, Mashes, isibusiso sakho sokuzalwa. And for me at the time, it didn't have that like I was like, okay, I think as a child, those moments that are like pivotal moments, between, a child and a parent. Yeah. And for me, it was one of those, I was like, okay, maybe I don't have the capacity right now to fully understand, but I do get the sense that this is so deep. And, fast forward, when he passed, and I was like, I remember those words that, he spoke upon my life. And those words carried me through so many things, like tough experiences in this industry, because it's quite a tough industry, to be in. It's a male-dominated space. It's it's a very tough industry to be in. I'm not gonna lie. So Lao Mazwi Lao, even throughout the journey of putting the album together, they really rang true to me and they reaffirmed me. And the reason why I love this song so much is Isibusiso Sami sokuzalwa. Because I really do believe that this is my God-given gift.
That's
and
beautiful.
Isibusiso kumina, not just for me, but also to be a blessing to other people. And that, I feel like we all have that blessing. We all have that gift that it's your God-given thing. Because when we all got into this earth, masafika emhlabeni, sonke safika sifumbethe. You know what I mean? When a baby is born, they're born with their hands like this. And I truly believe lapho kuleso sandla kusuke kukhona into oyiphethe. Yes, kunesibusiso sakho, and that is yours. That is your purpose. That is your God-given gift. And actually, this year at my church, the prophetic word that was spoken was double blessing, and the anchor scripture. Yeah, and again, my pastor preached about, the blessing. Ukuthi uNkulunkulu, after he created man, the first thing that he did was to bless him.
Amazing.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
He blessed him in the book of Genesis.
Yes.
He said, you have authority,
Yes.
to, you know
Over
what I
the
mean?
land, over the
You know what I
world,
mean?
yes.
Over everything. So be fruitful, multiply,
Yes.
have dominion over
Yes.
everything. So I was like, wow, actually, like everything just like makes sense. Like, you know
Yeah.
what I mean?
So
So
for you, it was sort of like a validation as well. Good to
bro,
listen.
you know what I mean? So sonke Isibusiso, Isibusiso. Now unesakhe Isibusiso.
Yeah.
Now unesakhe Isibusiso. So nje, yeah.
Yeah. That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
And the album also has different ngathini tones. It transports you to different places. So I love what I'm wearing. Exactly. Because it talks about, waking up in the morning, not sleeping on your destiny,
Yeah.
doing what you're
Not
called
sleeping
to,
on yourself.
not sleeping on yourself, doing what you're called to. And then you get transported to maybe a place where you are over this man, you have no voice.
Yeah.
And it's really deep when it comes to love. And then you get transported to a place where it just feels like God is that close to you. Yabon. So how do you get into all of these zones as you write your music and express yourself?
So again, I think because this is my first project.
Yes.
So when I was putting the songs together, I really wanted to present an honest and true representation of me and to have, the three most core values to me that are most important, which is faith, hope, and love, and which is what,
we
what you were mentioning. Yeah. So, faith, like my firm foundation is Christ, and I'm a firm believer, and you'll get that in the album as
absolutely.
well. With songs like Umthandazo Wami and Yonke Mihla.
Someone even said, I read on one of your posts, and someone said, I love these romantic gospel songs.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I think it's the soul in the gospel, because it's not
so
the sound is not gospel, but the lyrics are gospel. Because again, I think as an artist, you just gravitate towards what speaks to you sonically. So yeah, in terms of, just like putting that out there, I am a child of God, and I need people to know that. And also just like this being my worship, like me expressing my devotion to Christ, like with yonke imihla ngithembe wena njalo ngizokukhonza yonke imihla yokuphila kwami. So that was number one. And then with hope, songs like Vuyo Sevens, songs to inspire, to motivate, you know what, Fesu, Molele, really, you really might be sleeping on your destiny. You know what I mean? Also, I have another song called Vuga, saying, because I feel like as young people also, we sometimes blame everything but ourselves for the opportunities that we don't have. Yeah, like we sleep on ourselves, kakulu. We want the government to do this. We want these people to do this, that we blame
and also
everything.
We don't follow through with things.
No.
So we don't have the tenacity.
We're very entitled.
Or the grit to actually see this thing through.
Yeah. And just like the entitlement mentality to say like, oh, I deserve this. This should be like this. This should, why, So just like Vuga.
Yeah.
Like Vuga Makandeni. Yeah. Like go get it. Be a go-getter, Because it's Katsiahamba. Imagine at 25. 5 years is shy fast uzophaphama una 30, and then you're gonna feel old, and then you're just gonna be like, yeah, but not to say that but I'm just saying like these are the things
you still
that
have the opportunity.
Yeah, these are the things that as young people we just need to shift our mindset sometimes.
Yeah.
And then, the last one being love. So faith, hope, and love. Love, because, at the core of it all, human beings just want to be loved.
True.
You know what I mean? Like, and also I feel like love is the one thing that connects us all. Because
absolutely. It doesn't matter what doctorate you have.
Bro,
it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Like if you are 5 years old, if you are 50 years old.
It doesn't.
At some point in your life, you will experience love, or you have experienced love. So whether it's a beautiful kind of love, it's a tragic kind of love, it's a,
True.
there's a song that's gonna speak to your love story. Trust me, in the
True.
album, you know what I mean?
True. Yeah.
I remember my debut single, Ntandaweni.
Yes.
Such a beautiful, love song. So people always like, oh, when I get married, because it just makes you,
it makes you feel like,
you know what I mean?
Dancing, being in love. It inspires you to be in
Yeah.
love. So oxytocin just goes crazy. Don't listen to it when you're ovulating.
And then now with, the debut album, then you have songs like Itemba Lam. It's like, oh my
Yes.
God, I love this person so much. They're my hope, they're my everything. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Gone Girl vibes.
And then you have the opposite
Hangwa,
spectrum.
yeah, then you have yeah, then you have the heartbreak songs,
and
because Umgo is a thing, guys.
Yeah.
And I also
and
feel
it's a reality. It's a reality of ours.
I also feel that as an artist, I connect. I'm able to, I don't know, like to connect well with like people's stories as well. Because there's a song, Ngiwiyelego. It's such a sad song.
Such a sad song. It's such a sad song.
But would you believe me if I told you that it's not a personal experience? Like when I wrote that song, it wasn't from my personal experience. Like a friend of mine was going through something, and I relate. Like because I'm an empath, like I could feel, what they were going through, and I just, God dropped a like, pin something. But now, well, Pele life has left.
Yes.
And now I connect to that song, also on a personal level.
It's so painful.
Yeah, I know, So it just goes to show, it's like there's so many things that are relatable in life, and that connects us all. And I feel like I just have this, outlet as an artist to be able to share
and
that.
to heal us through the music. Yeah. And of course, also there's different seasons, right? Because you couldn't relate to that song because and then life happens, and then you're just like, actually. So each song So each song for each season. And have you had like experiences where people have come to you and been like, thank you for this song? Especially in Bielengu, I feel like it can give you courage if you're in a situation like even abusive and almost have to shrink yourself to be in a relationship. Have you had someone come and say, actually, I lived that mess?
Oh, no, definitely. I mean, like after shows, maybe someone will come to me and they'll be like, yo, like, there's just something so healing about this. And you're like, girl, I just sang the saddest song, but people, get, because also like there's emotion behind music.
True.
I do also believe in that, the healing aspect of it. But yeah, man, I think the outlet that we have as artists, sometimes we are able to express and give a voice to things that people are going through, but like don't know how to express. Because like what you're mentioning with like being in a relationship where you suffocated, where you are voiceless, where a song like Angsafun, it's like a declaration. It's as in manch. It's
Sing it
over.
right.
Yeah. Because I've been in this for too long, and I've just taken on so much, and
with very little return.
And also I've been also in an abusive relationship, not physically abusive, but like I can relate to that. I can relate to that. When you feel like you're fed up, and I fed up low, go see. Fed up low, go see. As in,
it's enough.
Like sing it right. Even if we bless or you were doing things for me, it's just not worth it. So also just like, valuing yourself and just like knowing what you deserve. This is not what I deserve. I don't want to be in this no more. And just gaining, your power back, because we're powerful beings.
Yeah, absolutely. And going into now this new year, what are your hopes now that your debut album is out? We are learning who you are, because much of being an artist is liking the person, I think, as well, feeling like you can relate to them. So what are you hoping for just this year?
Oh my gosh, I'm hoping for more shows. I'm hoping for more airplay on radio.
Yes. Book the girl.
All the radio stations. All the radio stations, please play my music. I think it's one thing, to have your album out there, but nothing is more satisfying as an artist when your music has reached.
Yeah, true.
We do this for people.
True.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's one thing that I'm looking forward to. But also, I'm looking forward to connecting with people just on a personal level. Like doing more shows. I also want to do an album launch in Durban. I did one in Joburg in November, which is absolutely amazing. The love is real, and thank you guys so much for showing the support. So I want to come out to my hometown Durban and do my album launch. It's about time, so people can look forward to that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to more of those experiences. Just us singing along the songs together, and just but
seeing
also
you at Nerox, please.
Yes. Funny, I've never been to Nerox. Maybe I should.
Sissy, you will go as the artist.
I receive that.
We're putting it out there.
I receive that. Yeah, but I'm also looking forward to more collaborations. In this album, I did not have any features, and that was intentional because, again, I felt like it was an introduction of Ndu Shezi. So yeah, I'm looking forward to writing new songs and like possibly working on a couple of collaborations.
Who are you looking forward to collaborating the most?
Oh my God, Baningi.
Okay, top 3.
Oh Lord, do I have to mention names?
Yes.
Oh my God.
It doesn't mean you don't love the other people.
Yeah. Okay. I have one name right now that's coming up to Strav. Yeah. I have one. Yeah,
I was hoping you say that.
Yeah, that's the name.
Because that will be fire.
Yeah, and I mean he's such a cool dude.
Yeah.
So that's one name. But also another thing that I'm looking forward to is the project that I mentioned earlier.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
I'm also putting together a choir.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, a pop choir. Yeah.
Okay. We can't wait to see that.
I think by the time this is aired, we will definitely have something. Announced that. Yeah.
That's
so
amazing.
Wave is definitely something to look forward to. Super exciting.
We can't wait to see it.
Yeah.
But Tige, where do people get the album? How
Everywhere.
do they follow you?
Follow me, I follow you now. So you can get the album on all digital platforms, your iTunes, your YouTube Music, your Spotify.
Everywhere. Guys,
everywhere.
It's such a good album.
Yeah, thank you so much. Ndu Shezi, Isibusiso Sami. You can follow me on Instagram at Ndu Shezi, TikTok at Ndu Shezi _02, Facebook at Facebook Ndu Shezi, X at Ndu Shezi.
Everywhere.
YouTube, Ndu Shezi. Yeah, please subscribe. And yeah, you can also get the merch.
Yes.
On Instagram.
If you're listening, you can't see the merch, but it's super cool. I actually love even wearing it sometimes to work.
Babes, kakaza njenge Mbali. Because you are Mbali enhle kunazo zonke. Oruvugu yosebenza.
Yes.
Because
my
also,
fave.
I'm sure my Mondays. Oh.
My fave.
I love it too.
And so Ndu, as we part ways, thank you so much for coming. What would be your advice, for someone who's starting out, who wants to be a musician, who wants to pursue a career in the industry? So what advice would you have for them, especially going through the different seasons?
My advice would be, obviously, keep praying and keep honing your craft. Just start where you are, because people always want an opportunity. They always want a stage. They want
true.
But just start where you are. If you don't have the opportunity to go to music school or to study professionally, start where you are, at your local church. serve in the ministry. Maybe someone will spot you. You know, Ubaba Mkhize used to tell us how they would get new Joyous members. They would just attend churches and just, spot individuals there. And then, so wherever you are, just, do your best wherever you are. Nowadays, social media is a big thing.
True.
Post
True.
your work, If you are a singer, songwriter, producer, just post, post your craft. Somebody out there will see you and somebody out there will, so just where you are, just sharpen your craft where you are and just also put in the work. Yeah.
And I think that also applies in we life as well. Because wherever you are, you actually become better if you hone your craft. Thank you so much. It was so lovely having you.
Thank you so much.
Can we have a line?
A line?
From a song.
A song? Oh my gosh. Isibusiso Sami. Esogozala. Ubizele. Lento yenzeyo. Yeah.
You can see I can't be a backup artist. But everyone, thank you so much for listening or watching this episode. Till next time, hope you got some valuable gems from Ndu and you just got to know her better. Super excited. If you haven't listened to the album, do the right thing. Till next time. Thank you so much for watching this episode. If you really love this episode, please subscribe, like, comment, and share. I've also linked other episodes for you to explore. Till next time.